feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And this is, excuse me, video number 19 of the Brothers War spoilers. Please excuse my coughing. There we go. So, we've only got a few more spoilers to go. I think this is going to be the end of them in total. So I will probably be doing a review video and some more top 10 videos like I did with Dominaria United. So starting off, we have Tamaqul Scrapsmith. 1 red and 2 for a 2/1 human artificer. When Tamaqul Scrapsmith enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put an artifact card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on Tamaqul Scrapsmith. So, this is something interesting because you don't see self-mill in red. So this is, but it allows you to kind of hunt for an artifact and put it into your hand, and if you don't, you put a counter on the Scrapsmith. So it's not a bad card. Next up, we have Blitz Automaton. 7 colorless mana for a 6/4 artifact creature construct with haste. Or it has a prototype version that's a 3/2 for 1 red and 2. I think you'll see the prototype more than the full size one. Next up, we have Burrowing Razormaw. 1 green and 2 for a 4/2 beast. When Burrowing Razormaw dies, mill 4 cards. So more of the self-mill theme we see in green. Next up, we have Sentinel Stalwart. 1 green mana. We have a 1/1 Elf Druid Soldier. Tap it and tap a untapped artifact or creature you control to add 1 mana of any color. So another little crazy mana dork. Nothing exciting here. Next up, we have Gnarlroot Pallbearer. 2 green and 4 for a 5/5 Treefolk Druid with Trample. When Gnarlroot Pallbearer enters the battlefield, target creature gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So I'm thinking this is to be like the big stompy card for your self-mill green-black deck. That'll be an interesting, if you're drafting that archetype, this will be an interesting card to draft at that common level. So, next up we have Hoarding Recluse. 1 green and 3 for a 2/3 spider with reach and death touch. When Hoarding Recluse dies, put up to 1 target card from a graveyard onto the bottom of its owner's library. So you can use it as a political card, or you can basically put a card from your library put a card from your graveyard back into your library. Next up, we have Tamaqul Honor Guard. For 1 green and 1, you get a 3/1 human soldier with Ward 2. That's pretty cool. A decently powerful card for a cheap cost, and it has some decent protection on it. Not bad. Next up, we have Boulder Branch Golem. 7 colorless mana for a 6/5 artifact creature Golem. When Boulder Branch Golem enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to its power. It has a prototype version for 1 green and 3 for a 3/3 version of that. So again, green is getting a lot of I'd say the best of the artifact cards are, in green or have a green prototype. So next up is Cradle Clearcutter. For 6 colorless mana, you get a 3/6 artifact creature Golem. You tap it to add an amount of green mana equal to Cradle Clearcutter's power. Or it has a 1/3 prototype version of it for 1 green and 2. So, a big chunky artifact that you can tap for some serious green mana, or a prototype version that you can use to tap for like single green mana or more if you beef it up. Next up is Yotian Tactician. For 1 white, 1 blue, and 2 colorless, you get a 3/4 human soldier. Other soldiers you control get +1/+1. So a soldier lord, which is pretty kind of cool because you do have the soldier theme in white and blue. So this would be an interesting card to draft. Next up, we have Aeronaut's Wings. 2 colorless mana for an artifact equipment that reads, equipped creature gains +1/+0 and has flying. Equipped for 2. Next up, we have Energy Refractor. 2 colorless mana for an artifact that reads, the Energy Refractor enters the battlefield, draw a card. Pay 2 colorless, add 1 mana of any color. Don't know how much play that'll see, but that's kind of interesting. Next up, we have Spectrum Sentinel. 1 colorless mana for a 1/2 artifact creature soldier. It has protection from multicolored. Whenever a non-basic land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain a life. This could be pretty powerful. It doesn't get the bonus from the Yotian Tactician because that's a multicolored card. But if you're playing it in like single color, like white soldier decks, it could definitely get some serious love. So that's kind of an interesting card. Next up, we have Stone Retrieval Unit. 4 colorless mana for a 2/3 artifact creature construct. When Stone Retrieval Unit enters the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. It's a little beefy to just get a Power Stone and a 2/3 creature. I'm not liking it that much. Next up is Supply Drop. I like this artifact. 3 colorless mana for an artifact that has flash. When Supply Drop enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 till end of turn. And then you can have it pay for, tap it, sacrifice Supply Drop, and draw a card. So you get an instant boon for a fairly cheap cost at flash level, and you can pay later on you can pay a little more to get some card draw. Not bad. Next up, we have Swift Gear Drake. 5 colorless mana for a 2/4 artifact creature Drake with flying and haste. When Swift Gear Drake enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target card from a graveyard onto the bottom of its owner's library. So more putting cards from your graveyard back into your deck. And last up, at least as far as I know for now, is Tower Worker, which is the last in the Urza Assembly Worker cycle. So Tower Worker is 3 colorless mana for a 1/3 Assembly Worker with Reach. Tap it to add a colorless mana. If you control creatures named Mine Worker and Power Plant Worker, add 3 colorless mana instead. So having those creatures, you can get a lot of mana value in having those, and it allows you to cast real big creatures. So these are going to be kind of like the new Urza lands. So one last check, because I had to redo this video because my internet had cut out. Somehow the power supply got bumped and it cut off my internet box. So we're going to take one last check here and make sure that this is everything. And that appears to be it. So this is the last of the Brothers War spoilers. I will be doing some videos on, top 10 videos. So I'm going to be doing some research on that. Expect that within the next several days. And hopefully I can get some a pre-release kit and be able to open it up. That might not happen until Monday the 11th. Monday the 14th. Because there's a certain movie coming out that I plan to see, and I can't see the movie and get to my my LGS to get the pre-release card. It really depends on how things work out. I might decide to see the movie later. I just don't want to. The reason why I like to see movies and shows right at the beginning, because I watch a lot of reactors, and when I'm looking at my YouTube page, I see the spoiler vids. It's like I can't watch that until I've seen the thing for myself, because it's their opinion, and it's like I like watching people's reaction to what I've seen and to things that I find exciting. Just like I like watching people open other Magic players opening packs and stuff, because it gets me excited. I get excited when people open up stuff like fetch lands out of Modern Horizons 2, or they find the monkey and stuff like that. I get excited for that because it's cool, and I feel that you should be excited about Magic. There's a lot that's been kind of screwed up lately, and it's not all WotC's fault. Some of it is pressure from Hasbro to do things differently and to diversify and to move away from the fear of missing out on buying every set, and every set is for everyone because you have to you have to do the Pokemon thing and collect them all. That's not the case. That's not the direction that Hasbro wants you to go anymore. It's there. It's targeted marketing, so you don't have to buy everything. If Brothers War is not for you, if you're turned off by the high casting cost of some of these artifacts, I can understand that. I'm here to make videos to try to talk about these cards and try to be excited about this, to have you be excited about it. So you guys have a wonderful morning, noon, or night. Whenever you watch this video, have a hoo-ha day.